What's up? Alright, I've been meaning to review the Yamaha Grizzly 700. I have two 2021s. I have the SE version, which I'm riding. The orange comes with the 14-inch wheels, and I have the regular EPS. The SE comes with the square setup, those 14 inches. EPS has the staggered setup with 12-inch wheels. My wife, she rides the EPS. That was the first one we got, and I ride the square setup, and honestly I don't really feel much of a difference at all. I had read a lot about square setups being rougher, especially with the Zilla tires it comes with. I read people talking about how the Zillas were rough and bumpy and all that, and I don't have a problem with the Zillas at all. You can see I ride out here in the desert. It's mostly sandy, hard pack, rocks. The ride quality doesn't bother me at all on either, but I do like the square setup a lot. I like that when I come to a like crack in the road or whatever, wherever I put my front tires is where my rear tires is going also. You know, any obstacle in the road, same size. But it's no big deal either way. I was happy before I got the square setup. I was happy with the regular EPS. When I got the second one with the square setup, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to switch out these wheels. I'm gonna have to get new tires to match the EPS because I like the EPS so much. And at the end of the day, it really didn't bother me at all. I like both. Got broke down. I started riding off-road later in life on ADV bikes. It was a BMW G650 GS. It was a lighter weight ADV bike, I guess you could say. Then I eventually got a CRF 250R dirt bike, and it was awesome. But I never, for me, it was a motocross bike, and I wanted to just cruise off-road really. I wanted to explore. We started camping a lot more. We'd take the dirt bike out, but my wife would just read a book or something. We got her a Raptor 700, and it was cool. She could come ride with me. She learned how to do the manual gearbox. So we had the Raptor, and I was having more fun on the Raptor than I was on the dirt bike. I could do that what I wanted, which was just cruise around, sightsee, not have to worry about falling over as much and you know, all that jazz. So I decided to sell my dirt bike and get another ATV. I started looking and I saw the Grizzly, and I was like, well, I'll get a Grizzly for her, because even though she learned how to ride with the manual gearbox, she never loved it. This, you don't have to shift, you don't have to clutch, all that. You could just ride. So we got a Grizzly. Now we got the Raptor and Grizzly, which was awesome. But she could ride longer than me on the Grizzly. She could go over more terrain. When I would ride the Grizzly, just went over everything so easy. And I found it really fun and pleasurable to ride, even with whoops and you know, all these rocks and all that. Could ride all day, where the Raptor took it out of me because I'm fat. So I was jealous again. And I was like, you know what, let's sell the Raptor. Sold the Raptor, got another Grizzly, and that's when I found the orange one, this orange one. Now, in all honesty, I would have loved to keep the Raptor and had two Grizzlies. Going around corners in that Raptor is something else, drifting it. But yeah, only so much money, so much space. I wish I had a warehouse. So we got the 2 Grizzlies now, and I love them. When I used to look at utility ATVs, because I had never ridden one before these, as far as ATVs, I've only ever ridden the Raptor and these Grizzlies. So I can't give any advice on any of the other brands or whatever. When I looked at utility ATVs, I always thought about farmers and all that stuff. They looked big, chunky. They didn't look like they'd be fun. But I have a ton of fun on these things. They go fast enough for me. I don't need to be going 80 miles an hour out here. They're also super plush. Seats are comfy. Steering is impeccable. It's like nothing with this EPS. You're not getting jarred up all day. And oh, just got dug out. You still whip it around the corner a little bit. Yeah, I like that you could ride all day. You know, the Raptor, well, it was fun. I couldn't be out there all day on that. This, I could really explore. And that's my favorite thing about it, is getting outside, exploring, having a little fun on the dirt, climbing some rocks. You don't see a lot of utility ATVs out here in SoCal, but I think they're great for the area. You see always sport ATVs, but these are just so much fun to get crawling on the rocks, having fun with obstacles. Yeah, I haven't had any problems so far. I don't have that many miles on both of these. This orange one was used when I bought it. It already had 400 miles on it or something. Actually, I've only had one problem. Trying to do a review on these a while ago, and on this orange one that was used, and I ran out of gas. Said I had a full tank, kept riding, kept saying I had a full tank, keep riding, and then ran out of gas by myself, of course. No, I wish I would have filled up my photo packs. Dumbass. Yeah, since then we've been riding these out here, and as you can see, this terrain is great for this stuff. You know, it makes it super easy to get up all this stuff. I've even tried the locker, locked right up, just climbed right up everything. I mean, I'm not climbing to the top of these big ass. I'm not hitting the hammers, even though we're out here at Johnson Valley. I'm not crazy. This thing is way more capable than me. Yeah, so the only thing I've had go wrong is that fuel sensor. Now I looked it up. Other people have also had problems with the fuel sensors, and look at these assholes burning metal and shit. Why do it in the camping area? You're gonna come back too. But now I just make sure I'm topped up when I'm riding, and I carry these Rotopacks fuel packs. I actually had the Rotopacks at the time, and I didn't fill them up. I was in a OHV park, so I was like, oh, I'm not going too far. It's all, there's a bunch of people here, so I'll be fine. And I was fine. I even had cell phone reception. Called my wife. She was at the trailer, and I said, hey, come out, bring some gas. I should have filled up the Rotopacks, but it turns out it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Pro tip on these Rotopacks: if you have the tubular locks, take those off now if you still can, because what happens, they use really shitty locks and they rust. If you take them outside, which the Rotopacks, they're meant to be outside, they'll rust up and then you can't open them. Man, I take it home. People suggested using Coil spray. It's like an anti-seize spray, Kroil, to really get in there and eat it up and hopefully loosen it up. And it did not work. Oil changes are pretty easy. The oil filter is right behind the wheel well. There's like 2 bolts to take out. I have skid plates on this orange one. I think they're from Baltic Off-Road or something like that. They're cool. I like the protection. But when I do an oil change with them, they get oil everywhere because the oil doesn't come straight down the hole. I wish they'd make those holes bigger for the oil to drip out. On the stock plastic skid plates, it's not as much of a mess. For what I do, I think I would have been fine with just both of them having the plastic skid plates. But the metal skid plates from Baltic gives you better access to the Zerk fittings to get grease up in there. You know, I see a lot about people wanting the twin cylinder Grizzly for them to up their power, but for me this has more than enough power to get going fast enough for me. Look, I'm hitting about 40 right now, and I don't really need to be going that much faster than that out here with all these damn side-by-sides running through. The problem with adding more displacement and another cylinder is you're going to be putting a lot more weight into this, and that's what I really loved about coming to this from the Raptor. I mean, the Raptor is light, it's like nothing, you're on a little cart, and I didn't want to lose the ability to flick this thing around a little bit, which is definitely not as much as the Raptor, but you could still get in there and it doesn't feel so cumbersome. But like I said, I don't have experience with a Can-Am or a Polaris or anything, so I can't give an opinion on that. So yeah, if you're in the market for utility ATV, or actually any ATV, I really suggest looking at this Yamaha Grizzly 700.